Tell them. Tell them. Tell them your story. Tell them. Tell them your story. Tell them. Tell them. Tell them your story.
Boo. Alright, time for the dramatic stuff to be over. But when is the dramatic stuff over? Hi, welcome. Most of you are confused. Emily, what are you doing in a closet? Again. I'm not having another mental breakdown. This is actually my coming out story. Woo! Now, I know most of you don't know my coming out story. Some of you know. Some of you are confused by the details. Some of you are just like, is this even a real story? And the answer is, yes, this is a really real story. This is how I found out I was a magical word called bisexual. So, oh god, I can't even tell you this on the internet. Just for you guys to know, trigger warning, this does include homophobia, self-homophobia, and bad thoughts. And religion. Those are your warnings before you watch this video. If you wish to continue, that is on your end. Alright, let's get this started. Alright, so I'm gonna be honest, I kind of knew I was liking women ever since childhood. I mean, the way I looked at my sister's friends, the way I talked about them, the way I looked at my cartoon characters, Daphne, Velma, Jessica Rabbit, ooh. 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 She got me feeling a lot of things, but I was young. I was probably around like 7. I'm like, okay, this is weird. I've always known that liking boys was normal for me. I had to like a boy and get married and have kids, like, you know, all the heteronormal stuff. So of course I'm like, okay, you're gonna date a boy. Now, in middle school, I went to a Catholic middle school, and everyone's kind of surprised, but mostly people are not surprised by the way it turned out. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm trying to make this focus. If it will focus on me. Thank you. I'm trying to tell a coming out story. Thank you. Anyways, so I knew that I had to date a boy and all that stuff. I thought that like dating a girl could never be possible. I thought that was weird. But I was in middle school and we were all sitting at lunch. Now how the lunch worked is we all sat at one table. It was like all one table, one large table. So I sat there with a group of girls and they were talking about this talk host named Ellen DeGeneres. I don't know, okay? So I was like, huh, okay. So we're all talking about her, and when one of the girls go, yeah, and she's also a lesbian. And that's when my head goes, a lesbian? What's a lesbian? So I asked, what's a lesbian? They go, when a girl likes a girl. And I go, but that's not possible. That can't be. It can be. It's true. Lesbians exist. So I was confused. I was worried. I'm like, what is this? My parents never taught me anything about the LGBTQ plus community, nothing like that. I never learned anything like that because I was too young and I was in Catholic middle school. I don't know if they wanted to tell me. I was so confused. I learned this word, lesbian. Okay. Lesbian, meaning liking of women. Okay, that's pretty normal. So then we get into winter of school. So it was winter break. I was really close with this friend. We're not going to name her name due to privacy reasons. And besides, I don't want to get into that stuff. So she asked me to come over one winter break, and I said, of course. I came over, we had hot chocolate together, we were hanging out. It was such a blast. I just showed off this dinosaur onesie I had. Yes, I was obsessed with onesies back in middle school. I still am obsessed with onesies. It's weird. But I showed her this dinosaur onesie I had. We started hanging out. We started like dancing and stuff. And then I looked at her. I just thought she was the most beautiful girl in the world. I was like, what is this feeling? I had these feelings for boys, but never for a girl. I was confused. I was scared. I saw her in a way that I've never seen anyone before. And that's when I got scared. I panicked. I excused myself. I ran to the bathroom and I called my older sister. Now, my older sister in middle school was my Lord and Savior because she was a high schooler and she basically knew everything about being a middle schooler. I'm calling her. She said, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, I think I like a girl." And she's like, "Slow down." What? And I go, "I don't know, Lindsay, like, my friend did this thing, and now I'm freaking out, because I don't know if this is normal or not. Like, what's going on?" She's like, "Calm down, you're fine. This is probably just some weird thing you're going through. You're okay." Now, my sister didn't know if she should tell me about liking women is a thing, and it's okay to like women, but regardless, I don't know anything about that. Now, back to sex education. Yay! So in my middle school, we did sex education, and it wasn't really education. I mean, guys, it sucked. It sucked. It was terrible. They separated the boys and the girls. They really didn't teach us anything. But there's a thing where it says you can write questions. So I'm like, I'm gonna write a question. Can a girl like a girl? So I wrote that down. Can a girl like a girl? And at the end of the questionnaire, the questions, she reads my question. And she goes, "I will not be reading this because this is a sin. And this is not allowed. Not in the Catholic Church." That is when my heart dropped. I was scared of my life. And I realized something is wrong with me. I start internally panicking. I'm freaking out. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to hell. I'm never going to go to heaven. Like, it was so traumatizing. I was freaking out. I was thinking, I can't like girls. This is so weird. You only like boys. Boys, boys, boys. It's okay. Like, you do not like girls. It's weird. My one friend saw me panicking and asked if I was okay. I told her that I'm fine and just, it was nothing. She knew something was up and I kind of just cracked. I told her I like girls and I might like girls. And she's like, okay, like that's normal. And she's like, well, what do you think when you like girls? I'm like, I just look at them and think how beautiful they are and how much I just want to hold their hand and kiss them and, you know, be with them, you know? Now, in middle school, I wasn't popular. I was like probably one of the weirdest kids. I was even weirder than the weirder kids. I was a strange child. Now, of course, she's wondering, being like, okay, like, is this just confusion? Is this real? She was generally trying to help me. I didn't know what I was feeling. I was generally confused. I didn't know if this was a good thing I was liking girls, if it was a bad thing. I was just so scared that I was going to go to hell because I liked the same gender as me. I was so conflicted about what I should do. Should I talk to my pastor? Should I talk to my mom? Should I talk to my dad? Should I talk to somebody? I didn't know who to tell. So I went to my best friend. She went to public school through middle school through high school. And I'm like, obviously she's going to know this. So I went down, we're neighbors. And I said, hey, I have a question. Women, can we like them? And she explained to me the LGBTQ plus community, and that's how so many people. There's gay people, men who like men. There's lesbians, women who like women. There's pansexual, meaning like you can love everybody. And then she explained the term to me, bisexual, when you can like men and women together. I had a light bulb in my brain. I immediately clicked and go, that's me. I'm bisexual. Now, of course, I'm like, okay, this is new. I'm bi. This is a new thing. Of course, I was scared. I was nervous. I was so terrified to say this out loud. So I told my friend, I go, I think I'm bisexual. And she was like, okay, cool. And then she introduced me to a friend who is pansexual. Of course, like I said, I'm not going to name drop things. It's inappropriate. And besides, I don't think it's good for this story. Yeah. So she was she was a freshman in high school. I was in 8th grade. Now, she and I started texting. She was so sweet. She was like Dodie mixed in with Thomas Sanders. It was the cutest thing ever. She was so cute, smart. She loved musicals. She loved singing. She loves acting. She loved everything I loved. And I found out she was pan. And I'm like, that's so cool. Except my definition of pan, when my friend said she likes everything. By the way, this is a middle schooler brain. I did think this, and I feel so fucking dumb that I thought this. I thought she meant that she liked objects. I actually thought she liked objects. I thought she could fall in love with a pencil, a pan, I don't know. I literally thought that's what it meant. So one day I text my best friend being like, hey, does this girl have a crush on anybody? She's like, no, I don't think so. She goes, I go, not a pencil, not a pan. My friend goes, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, you know, like she can fall in love with anything, right? And she's like, she can fall in love with everybody, including like trans people and non-binary people. And that's what I learned about non-binaries and transgender people. But it was just so confusing. I was so confused about what I was and what I am. And one night I decided that I was going to text her, and we started texting a lot. And we started texting more and more, and one day my friends invited me out to a basketball game. Now, those were really popular in my school. Like, basically, we just hung out and watched the basketball game and just cheered for our team and just basically be stupid and stuff. So, I went to the basketball game. I kept texting her because obviously I didn't pay attention. It was basketball. I don't want to watch basketball. I wanted to text her, text the musical girl. So I was texting her, and this one guy behind me, he was a huge jerk, snatched my phone saying, ooh, who are you texting? Of course I'm freaking out, like, stop it, don't look at these messages, they're pretty private. And he saw that I was kind of flirting with her, and he goes, ooh, Emily has a crush on a girl. And that's when everybody thought that I only liked women. Yeah. Which nothing's wrong with that, except it was wrong. I liked boys. But everyone thought I only liked women, and everyone thought I had a crush on everyone on the whole school, aka our 8th grade class. Our 8th grade class was pretty small. It consisted of 50 kids together. Yeah. So word got around pretty quickly, including alumni. This is where I say FML. Fuck my life. So, things changed since the messages went out. Things were leaked. People knew I was bi or a lesbian. Because I didn't know what I was bi or not. I was questioning. People didn't like me. People didn't like the fact that I was different. I already was different. I'm autistic, obviously. Everyone's going to think I'm different. And I remember this one day we had to change in the locker rooms, and when I started changing, everyone looked at me, and I looked at everyone like this, and everyone was suddenly like, oh. And one girl kindly goes, hey Emily, can you go change in like the stalls? We just don't want you looking at us like that, since you're, you know. I got the hint that she wanted me to get out, so I had to go into the bathroom stall and change in there ever since 8th grade ended. Yeah, because I liked women, and me liking women turns me on all the time, even though those girls were not my type because they were basic. It sucked. I got bullied, I got called names, I got threats. People didn't like the fact that I was different. Alumni looked at me weirdly. One of them talked to me even saying that I shouldn't be liking women and that women is a sin and liking them means that I will be going to hell. I've been told by students I was going to hell. I was told by everyone I was going to hell. I was so terrified my mom was going to find out. I was petrified. All of my friends weren't really my friends. They kept telling me that I wasn't going to be equal enough, that I shouldn't be friends with girls because I'm just trying to get with them, even though it's a total lie. I was so sad and confused throughout my whole 8th grade year. I didn't know what I was. I didn't know what was going on. And then when I graduated, I went to high school, and that's where I found my people. I found people who are like me, who are autistic, who are questioning, who are bisexual, who love theater, who love acting, and I actually met the musical girl. She was pretty cool. She was really nice, except kind of found out later on she was very cliquey and liked to hang out with other people. Just wasn't my vibe towards the end. But she's a really nice person. She's engaged. So congratulations to her. But I'm happy because now I kind of realize that I am bi. I'm bisexual and I'm happy and proud of it. And coming out to my parents was probably one of the scariest things that I could have done. I did it my freshman year of high school. How I came out to my mom is I had a letter written out and I told her that I think I like women and men, and if that she didn't like it, then I was going to walk out and move in with a friend. I literally said that, and my mom accepted me, said she supported me no matter what. And the funny thing is, she goes, listen, I want to treat your boyfriends like I treat your older sister's boyfriends. I'm going to treat your girlfriends like how I treat your older sister's boyfriends. I'm going to treat all your significant others equally, but they better be nice to you. And I'm like, I trust me, they will. And my sister, I remember coming into her room, crying, bursting into tears. She told me she didn't care. She literally goes, I don't care. She kind of knew I was bi because I kind of admitted it in the beginning, but she didn't care. She just said as long as I was happy. Now, my dad was kind of tricky. I didn't really know if he accepted that kind of stuff. I was very confused. I didn't even tell him that I was bi or anything. Now, the funny thing is, I wasn't really close with him my freshman to sophomore year. We just didn't get along until my junior. Up to now, we've got along perfectly. Now, as you all know, I'm a little bit big on TikTok. No, I'm not really. But he found some of my bisexual stuff on TikTok. He called my sisters like, is Emily bi? And my sister's like, yeah, I think she is. And she called me going, hey, dad knows you're bi, by the way. And I'm like, what? He does? Oh my God. I'm freaking out thinking, well, this is where I move out and go to Sangria or somewhere. But he gave me a call and he just said, that's fine. I love you. I'm just upset you didn't tell me. And I'm like, well, I didn't think you. He goes, I support it. He goes, I support you no matter what. If this makes you happy, I'm glad. I just hope that whoever you date makes you happy. And that made me smile. I think over the years, I realized that people are going to like you no matter what. People are going to not like you no matter what. Whether you're bi, whether you're straight, whether you're gay, whether you're autistic, whether you're not autistic, people are not going to like you no matter what. But why please them when you could just be yourself? I mean, that's kind of ridiculous, you pretending to be somebody that you aren't just to please a person. It's not healthy. I feel like it's nice that I got away from that toxicity of that school because I feel free and proud and happy, and I feel like I'm very comfortable in my own skin and my own sexuality. It was hard in years of discovering who I was. It was difficult, but I'm now here. I'm alive. I thought I wouldn't make it until 21. I thought I wasn't going to be here this long. But I'm really glad I am, because I would miss my first Pride with my friends. I would miss coming out to my parents so happily. And now I can safely say, hi, my name's Emily. I'm 21 years old, and I am bisexual.